All right, guys, so far what we've done now is we have taken any of the polynomials that we've had and we have factored them. By factoring, basically what we've done is we've said, hey, here are the two pieces that when I multiply them together, I end up with an end result. Now what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to solve them. I'm actually going to get an answer to the problem that we have. The thing that comes into play right here is we have the zero product property. What that means basically is this. If you take some number A and you multiply it times some number B and you end up with a product of 0, then we know a couple of things. We know that either A, the value of A equals 0, or the value of B equals 0, or both of them equal to 0. So how are we going to put that into play? Let's take a look. The first example that we have, solve this. X plus 3 times x minus 5 equals 0. So essentially what we have right here is a trinomial. It's already been factored for you. Okay, so this is factored. Now what we need to do is we need to solve it. Here's the idea. We're going to take every bit of parentheses or every set of parentheses that we have. And in this case, the first one says x plus 3. And our second set of parentheses over here, that is x minus 5. And now in order to solve them, we got to have an equal sign. So we're going to do this, equals, equals. Now what do each of them equal? Well, look down here at the end. They both equal 0. So take the first set of parentheses, make it equal to 0. Take the second set of parentheses, make it equal to 0. Solve. How do you solve this? You subtract 3 from both sides. And now we have this. X is equal to negative 3. On this side over here, you need to add 5 to both sides. And you get a result that x is equal to 5. So the solutions for this are actually x is equal to negative 3 and 5. Those are your solutions right there. Okay, now let's cut to the chase, right? Take a look up here. Are there any numbers right here in front of the x? And the answer is no. So basically what we need to do is we need to take the number 3 right here and change the sign. Here was a plus sign. What's the answer? The answer is actually a minus sign. Is there a number in front of the x right here? No, there's not. Here's my number 5. What was it? It was negative. Now the answer is positive. So there's just a quick idea right there. Let's take a look at a couple more examples here. This one changes somewhat. The idea, however, is no different. Here's my first set of parentheses, 2a plus 4. Rewrite it. 2a plus 4, and I'm just going to quickly get after it. We're going to make it equal to 0. Second set of parentheses says a plus 7. So a plus 7 is equal to 0. Now again, these two problems in particular right here, or individually, are not difficult. We can all do these. How are we going to do this? Subtract a 4 from both sides. And now we have 2a equals negative 4. Now you need to divide by 2. And so a is equal to negative 2. Now this one over here, I got to subtract 7 from both sides. And that one was a lot simpler. So the answer on this side is a is equal to negative 7. So what are the solutions? In this case, the solutions are a is equal to negative 2 or negative 7. And those are the solutions for this particular problem. All right, now this one changes somewhat because I've got a number that's not inside the parentheses. That's the easiest one, okay? Let's not get this confused. Do I have a variable outside the parentheses? Yes, I do. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to show you every step, but it's going to be very, very simple. So 5t is equal to what? Right here, it's equal to 0, okay? And then my first set of parentheses, 3t plus 5. What's that equal to? That's equal to 0. And then the last set of parentheses, t minus 3. That's equal to 0. Now we need to solve all 3 of these particular problems. How do you solve this guy right here? Well, 5t means to multiply. Opposite of that is divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. So check it out. Anything, or 0 divided by anything is 0. All right, now here's what I'm kind of getting to. This is super, super simple. We don't even have to do this work right here, guys. If you've got a variable that's outside of the parentheses, just like this 5t is right here, all we know is that one of the answers right here is 0. So that is one of the solutions to this work. Okay. Now the other two, where I have numbers inside the parentheses, I've got to actually do the algebra. So in this case right here, how do we solve this? Subtract 5 from both sides. And we're left with 3t is equal to negative 5. Now I got another step. Now I need to divide both sides by 3. And now we find, oh, it's nasty, negative 5 over 3. Can we leave a fraction like that? Sure, leave it alone. It's simplified. I can't reduce it any further, so leave it alone. Now it's ugly because it's a fraction. There's no doubt about it, but it's real. That's a real number, and that is the solution right there, so leave that answer alone. The last one right here, I need to add 3 to both sides. And now we're left with t is equal to 3. So now how do we express all these answers right here? I like to put all the answers in order from least to greatest. So the smallest number of my 3 answers, I've got a 0, negative 5 over 3, and 3. I'm going to put them in order like this. Negative 5 over 3, 0, and 3. So those are my 3 answers, or my 3 solutions to this particular problem. Okay. Again, take the work that it actually exists inside the parentheses, rewrite the problem equal to 0, and solve it. That's how we go about solving polynomials that are already factored.